Alright guys, what's going on? This is Otis here. And today's commentary and gameplay, the gameplay was just, it was one of those games where I just jumped into and I was just on a roll right away. Like, I was just flying perfectly, shooting my missiles. I had a crappy gunner. He wasn't even like firing his gun really. It was one of those guys who was just there for the ride for some reason. But I was able to help our team advance all the way to the last objective where we ended up losing somehow. And I believe I only go like 14 and once, 15 and once, something like that. But overall, it was a pretty aggressive, pretty nice helicopter gameplay, and so that's how come I kept it. And I thought it'd be a good last helicopter gameplay before the close quarters comes, because once close quarters comes tomorrow, it's going to be ground infantry and close quarters gameplay for probably about a week and a half, 2 weeks at least, I would say, before I start jumping back in the old maps and mixing it up a little bit, just because that's how it is. And as of right now, I am downloading the patch, the 1.05 patch, and then Premium will be out today too, so we'll get to see all that kind of interesting little ads and goodies that Premium's going to be able to give everyone. But they ended up shooting me down towards like the very end of it too, which was kind of like disappointing, because like I landed the helicopter like just in time. I was repairing it, but it was like a half of a second too late, and so the helicopter ended up blowing up anyways. But it's just one of those things, and I just stood there for like a minute, and I finally got sniped, and I was just like, oh, I was just so like just depressed. I thought it was gonna be a perfect game for me too, and it wasn't. But you know, it's just how it is sometimes. But today I wanted to talk about, because I know all the big E3s going on and out too. And oh man, E3, if anyone ever has a chance to go to E3, I would highly recommend. I went a long time ago. I ended up going the year Xbox 360 was coming out, when it was easier to get into and it was still public, and now it's private, and now it's just ridiculously hard to get into. You have to be in the video game industry pretty much to get into it, and even then you still don't even have a really good chance of getting into it, because they just don't let pretty much anyone in now. So I mean, it's harder at least to get in now than it was before, because what ended up happening before was I had a buddy that was in high school, or that I went to high school with. He was, after high school graduated, and he went into the video game design and development and stuff, and so they got passes for the 3 days of it that year. And what ended up happening was him and his buddies went the first 2 days, and then one of his buddies couldn't go the very last day, and so pretty much what they did was, it was just like a normal little badge, and you would just go up to the doors and you would just show the badge. You didn't have to show any ID or anything too. Like, the security was way more relaxed than it is now. Now you have to have like 2 forms of ID and stuff, and it's pretty hectic, but it's just such an amazing like experience, especially for us nerds. I'm a hardcore nerd, and I'm not ashamed to even say that at all. But it's just so fun playing everything, and like that was the first time I actually played an Xbox at E3 with 360 before it even came out. So that was kind of a cool experience for me. But I've always been a PlayStation guy. I only just got the Xbox recently, at least. So that's the one thing I can suggest to anyone, is if you're able to get to E3, I mean, by all means go there, because it's just epic. And even it's just you'll see the videos. I mean, people watch like the little clips and stuff. Just when you're there, just the whole experience of everything just makes it like 10 times better. But that was my one time at E3, so at least I can cross that off the bucket list and say, hey, at least I went to E3 once, and so I'm happy with that. But I want to talk about Premium now too, and the close quarters, because I'm pretty excited for both of them too. I think what I'm going to do once Close Quarters comes out is I'm just going to rock the old M60, because I only have about 50 kills or so in the machine gun. I've only used one machine gun pretty much the whole entire Battlefield 3 career so far for me, and that's been the M249, and that's actually the weapon I have the most kills with, and I have around like 700 or so there. But I've been using the M60 off and on, maybe the last like month or so, to get my 50 kills. And so I think I'm going to start out with that first, and then once I start learning the more maps, I'll maybe go to the assault rifle. I'll do my my M39, my road to 500 kills with that for sure. And wow, what else was there? I can't wait for Armored Kill. I'm probably more excited for Armored Kill than I am with Close Quarters, but I'm equally excited for both of them. I want new maps, and it just looks exciting for all the new vehicles. It looks like the AC-130 is going to be there for Armored Kill, and Premium will save you more money. You'll get extra dog tags and stuff. I don't care about the dog tags and the knife. It's just like, meh, whatever. I don't even really use my knife. I mean, I've been using it a little bit more lately just because I want the stupid metal for the knifing, but that's neither here nor there. And the tactics too for the helicopters now in the 1.05 patch is going to be a little bit different too, guys. The unguided rockets for the attack helicopter and the airplanes are going to do less damage to the tanks, because what ended up happening was they tweaked the damage for the unguided rockets a little bit too much, and I have to agree with that too, because if you do a strafing run with the attack helicopter and you hit with every single missile, you're going to destroy that helicopter in one strafing run, which it's definitely makes the helicopters a little bit overpowered against the tanks. So the tanks really, after this last patch, they are just death traps. And I mean, when you go on these vehicle maps, you got the airplanes using their guided rockets at them, you got your helicopters doing strafing runs, you have your gunner using the guided missile. It's just, if you want to die, like, going to a tank's absolutely your best option, which kind of sucks and is unfortunate, but it's just how it is. But so we'll they said they were doing the damage to the very, very first patch in Battlefield, so we'll see actually how much damage the rockets do. Another thing that's really, really big for the attack helicopters and the airplanes too, for the anti-air missiles that both of them have, they're going to do less damage than they currently do now. And for the attack helicopter, in order to do the same amount of damage, or maybe even a little more, you're going to have to use a laser painter. I know a lot of people still don't use a laser painter. It's something that I've always recommended using, and it's just due for multiple reasons. Number one, if you're against another helicopter and your gunner has the guided missile, he's able to switch over and lock on to the attack helicopter that's in front of you for just another guided, another missile going off at him. And since the guided weapons against flares and ECMs are broken, you'll pretty much kill them 9 out of 10 times, and 1 out of 10 times you just kind of get unfortunate. Sometimes that does end up killing you when you switch over, because there is that pro and that con when that gunner's trying to lock on to the other attack helicopter, because you're not shooting your machine gun with the attack helicopter, and he's most likely shooting that at you, and so there's always that possibility that they can get a lucky headshot on the pilot or the gunner, which happens occasionally. It's just a little bit harder too, and the closer you are, I would recommend more switching to the gun. But what I like to do when I'm in the gunner and they have that on is to set it off, launch it, and then just switch over real quickly and just fire the guns away. And so pretty much you're going to have most attack helicopter pilots using the laser painter now too. Another reason why I've always suggested the attack helicopter using the laser painter, I couldn't think of it for a second, is because a lot of my squad mates that I run with, at least one person will be using a javelin, and so if you're fighting, helicopter on helicopter right there, and you've got that laser painter on them, you could have a squad mate who's maybe below you or near you pop out the javelin, and then they're able to get a shot off on the attack helicopter, and that has saved me countless of times, and I've saved people countless of times of popping the javelin out and attacking everyone. So, I know there's only like a minute left or so. I forget exactly how much time's left. Yeah, a minute now. But, oh, man, it was just, I don't know how our team just did not win. I mean, we had air superiority on Karg Rush. Their plane was flying around. He got me earlier and stuff, and I was going after him until I finally got him. But it's just, what was our team doing? Easy Gunner finally ended up joining the game, so I had a competent gunner at least in my helicopter for towards the end. But it was kind of just unfortunate and just humiliating. But well, hopefully when this video's up, my patch will be done. It's at like 40%, so you're looking at maybe a half an hour download, I would suggest, at least with a decent internet. I always say my internet's at least decent, so depending on where your country from, how many people are on your internet and stuff too. So we'll go and see how the premium, the close quarters is tomorrow. I, of course, did get Wednesday off, so I could play close quarters all day and just make videos on it. That's another thing, too. I am going to have a little bit extra videos coming out on close quarters just because I want to try to get a little exposure. I think that'd probably be the best way is just to pop a video up with each of the maps just real quickly, like on Wednesday. So expect to see that. So I might spam your inboxes a little bit, which is I know it's not right, but it's just trying to get a little bit more exposure maybe out there, which should help. And I know you're just staring at a blank screen right now, and if you're still listening, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys on the battlefield.